You know what I see? I look out and I see amazing kids. You know what else I see? I see some dreams. I see kids that are going to become our future. Some of you are going to be doctors. Some of you are going to be teachers, dancers, basketball players, football players. Okay, listen. Now, one sure way to make sure those dreams don't come true is drugs, right? You want those dreams. We want those things to come true. Got to stay in school. Got to do the things that will make those dreams come true. But this whole week we're dedicating to not doing drugs and not even going down that road at all. So we've got some special guests. We have a city councilman who is very important. He's done a lot of good in our community. And we have, so his name is Mike Mendenhall. And our Mayor Steve Leifson. How often do you get to meet these guys? This is awesome.
Thank you guys for having us out here today. I see so many familiar faces and so many kids waving that live right by me, that live up in this area. Let me tell you something. When Susan called me and said, Mike, we need you to come speak to the Sierra Bonita Bears about something really important, I said, Susan, what is it? And she said, look, Mike, she said, these kids are such good kids. They're such bright kids. They're such healthy kids. They're such active kids. And we need you to come talk to them. We need you to come talk to them about something important. So it's so important what we're talking about today that I brought the mayor of Spanish Fork here today to speak to you and tell us how important you are. You guys give it up for Mayor Steve Leifson.
Wow. What a good-looking bunch of kids here. I'll tell you what, you guys are awesome. You know, when Mike asked me to come up here and he said, we're coming to Sierra Bonita, I said, I am so excited because I know some of the best-looking kids in our whole town live right here. Is that right? Yeah. So you ought to be proud of yourself. And we're talking about something that's really important to me, and it should be very important to you guys out there too. You know, drugs can destroy lives. I've seen it happen over and over again. My son had a friend that was a star athlete. He was going to be a professional football player. He could have been. But you know, he got into drugs, and sadly, he passed away. And he lost his dreams. So guys, you don't want to even mess with, don't even try about it. If someone comes up to you and says, hey, this will make you happy, this will make you feel good inside, and you just say, no way, no way. You just turn around and will run as fast as you can. You don't even want to even try a little bit of it. And don't listen to them, because it's very serious. Because we want to be healthy and happy, and we want to be the doctors, the engineers, the football players, the basketball players. We want to be whatever you guys want to be, because you can't. Because someday, one of you guys will be just like Mike. You'll be on the city council. And one of you will be just like me. You can be a mayor. You know, when I was your age, I never thought I'd be the mayor. I never thought I'd try to be the mayor. But you know what? I love this city so much that I wanted to give back to this city and see. One of the best things I get to do is come and talk to people like you. Because I love to see each of your smiley faces, because you guys, what town do we live in? Spanish Fork. I love Spanish Fork. This is where I was born and raised in. And I love Spanish Fork. I love to talk about Spanish Fork all the time. And I tell people we have the best people in the whole world right here in Spanish Fork. And you guys are some of the best people in this right here, because you are the future of Spanish Fork. You are going to be the police officers. You're going to be everything else. Because of you, we have a great community, a great city called Pride and Progress, because we're proud of our city, and we want to continue to see it growing. So guys, have a fun week. Remember Red Ribbon Week. Don't do drugs, and be healthy and happy, and enjoy life. Thank you.
He's a great guy. He's a great mayor, and how do you think, Mr. Steve Leifson, do you think he could be the mayor if he was doing drugs or drinking alcohol? Do you think so? He couldn't. He couldn't. He's exactly right. Mayor Leifson was an athlete in high school. He was a good basketball player. Look how tall he is. He's taller than Mr. Anderson even. I can't believe that. He was a good athlete, played for the Spanish Fork Dons in high school. And do you think he could have been a good basketball player if he was doing drugs? He couldn't. He couldn't. And I'm telling you, it's so important, whether it's your physical body and you want to play sports, or whether it's your mind that is even more important. Okay? Your mind, drugs, those people that do drugs, it not only alters your body, but it alters your mind. And it makes you not be able to think as clearly. If you were doing drugs and your teacher asked you to do the alphabet or do a math problem, if you were doing drugs, your mind wouldn't be able to bring that up. It would be hard. Okay? So drugs hurt our bodies, and they also hurt our minds. And I can tell you, as mayor and as a council, the only thing we want here in Spanish Fork is for people to be active and be healthy, and the safety of you, safety of our children that are in the city. And I can tell you, you're going to hear from our policemen coming up, and they have a really special guest that they have here too. But they're going to tell you, if you ask one of those policemen, guess what? They would tell you that almost every single call they go on, if somebody has been really mean to somebody else in the city, and the cops get called on that person, almost every single time, it's because that person has been on drugs or alcohol. Almost every single time. And so if we stay away from drugs and alcohol, then we'll be happier. We'll be better to our friends and our family. Just like the mayor said, you guys have so much ahead of you. You have so many dreams of what you want to become. I had a friend that I grew up with in high school. Me and Mr. Hales went to high school with a kid that was so good at baseball. He was so good at baseball. How many of you have been watching the World Series on TV right now? He could hit. He could swing the bat just like some of those kids, just like some of those guys that are playing in the World Series right now. He could hit home runs. He could run really fast. And he was one of the best athletes in our high school. And then he went to college. A college said, hey, come play baseball for us. And he went to college. He got in with the wrong crowd. Somebody offered him drugs, and he ended up taking those drugs. He just wanted to try it. He thought, what's the harm in trying it? Well, guess what? He became addicted to those drugs. And he couldn't swing the bat as hard anymore. He couldn't run as fast anymore. And even after a few months on that baseball team that he was so excited to make, and that they were going to, his parents were so proud they were going to come watch him play college baseball. After just a few months, the team said, sorry, you're not as good as you were. Something's happened. And what had happened is that he took drugs, and he became addicted to drugs, and he couldn't stop. And so he was no longer the person that he wanted to be, that he dreamt that he could be. And so it's so important that if you're ever offered drugs or alcohol, you do what? What do you say? You say no. You say no the very first time. You don't even try it. Okay? You don't even try it. And if you do say no, I can promise you'll be healthier in your mind and you'll be healthy in your body. Okay? You'll be able to run fast to school. You'll be able to run fast at recess. You'll be able to answer the questions that your teacher asked, and your life will be so much better. You can become just like your principal or your teachers. All these role models that you look up to right now, you can be those people. But drugs, if you take drugs, that dream will be short-lived and you won't be able to reach your dream, okay? I'm going to ask somebody right now. I'm going to ask this Cougar fan right here. You like the BYU Cougars? Okay, everybody listen. Tell me your name. This is Cody. Cody's going to tell us what he wants to be when he grows up.
Basketball player.
Cody wants to be a basketball player. Who likes basketball? I like basketball. Cody, do you think you can be a good basketball player if you do drugs?
No.
No. No is right. I'm going to ask this girl right here. What do you want to be when you grow up? Tell me your name.
Sophie.
This is Sophie, and what do you want to be?
A skateboarder.
Yeah, Sophie wants to be a skateboarder. Do you think Sophie can be a good skateboarder if she takes drugs? Okay, one more. Hold on. I can't go very far. Right here, sweetie. What do you want to be? What's your name?
Kaylee.
Kaylee wants to be?
A singer.
A singer. What if you took drugs? Is it important to have a good throat when you're a singer, a good mouth, right? Would she be able to be a good singer if she took drugs? Okay, guys, it's very simple. Whatever you want to be when you grow up, drugs will make that not possible. So what do we say if someone ever offers us drugs? Guys, I can tell you, your city council and your mayor and all the leaders in your city, we love you. We love you so much, and we want you to become the best people you can be. You're the future leaders. You're the future people of this community, and you're the future people of this state, and you're the future people of the world. Okay? So don't do drugs and be the best you can be, okay? We're going to turn it back over to Susan, okay, guys? Thanks for having us.
So I'm going to start off with just introducing myself. I'm Officer Grover. I work for Spanish Fork Police Department, and right now I'm assigned to the K-9 unit. Raise your hand if you know what a K-9 is. Okay, the K-9 unit means we get to work with the police dogs. Okay, Spanish Fork City has 2 police dogs. I am a handler of 1 dog. This is Officer BRET Smith, and he is the handler of our other dog. So we got 2 dogs. What breed of dog do you guys think we have? Just yell it out if you think you know. Okay, I heard German Shepherd. Is that right? Officer Smith has a German Shepherd that is 3.5 years old. I have a 8.5-year-old Belgian Malinois. Ever heard of a Belgian Malinois? Well, you guys will see him today. He looks a little bit like a German Shepherd. He looks like a Belgian Malinois is like a German Shepherd that ate all his Halloween candy in one bite. They're just way, way hyper, okay? So, let me introduce Officer Smith over here. Come over here. Now, he does not usually dress like this. This is a special suit that I brought today, and what do you think's gonna happen when my dog comes out and sees Officer Smith in that suit? He might get bit. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about what our police dogs do before we have some fun with Officer Smith, okay? Our police dogs, I'll back up to when we started the K-9 program. My dog, about 5 years ago, we decided we needed a police dog in the city of Spanish Fork. The reason being is we wanted to tackle the drugs that are in the city. Right? We want to keep drugs, things that make our bodies sick, things that make our minds sick. People aren't healthy on them. We want to get those out of our city. Is that a good thing? So what is so special about a dog is that is their nose. Did you guys know a dog can smell hundreds of thousands of times better than a human? So what we did to have these dogs help us find these drugs and destroy these drugs is we taught them how to smell for them. Now, do our dogs have any idea what drugs are? No, our dogs don't know what drugs are. Our dogs have never taken drugs or tasted drugs or anything else. We've tricked our dogs into thinking drugs are toys. So when my dog sniffs for drugs, what does he think he's looking for? He thinks he's looking for a toy. So he has no idea, but we've used him and tricked him into finding these drugs so we can get them off of our streets and out of people's houses and out of people's bodies. Okay, good things, right? Okay, the other thing that our dogs do with those special noses of theirs that we've taught them is to find people. Have you guys ever seen a show on TV or something where dogs can go find people? Lost kids, maybe people that have been in an avalanche, right? Our dogs can do all those things. And then on occasion, our dogs will find suspects, which means they've committed a crime of some kind and we need to go find them. That's what we're going to demonstrate today, is that you guys are going to see how much fun my dog has and how much fun Officer Smith will tell you he's having. Okay? So I'm going to go get him. While I go get my dog, I'll introduce him a little bit more and show him off a little bit more when I bring him back in. Officer Smith will walk around and let you guys see this little suit that he's wearing. Can I get a volunteer to come button him up? Maybe an adult. Just button these up, they go right in.
I'll suck in.
Okay, while he's getting dressed, I'm going to bring my dog out. Here's my rule when my dog comes out. My dog loves to work. And when he comes out, he thinks he's working. So what I'll need everybody to do is just stay sitting down the whole time. Keep your hands to yourself. If you guys want to clap and cheer when he does something really cool, that's okay. But he's going to be paying attention to me. And we're going to go up on the stage so everybody in the back can see us really well too. Once we're done, I have to put the microphone down while I do it. Otherwise, my dog's going to steal the microphone right out of my hand. So I'll have to put the microphone down, but when I come back out, I'll answer a couple questions from you guys, all right?
Listen.
Okay, so now that I could kind of explain what we did, because sometimes my dog wants to bark a little bit too much, you wouldn't be able to hear me. What we did there, that's how we train. Our police department, we go train with our dogs every single week. We have 10 hours a week that we train, but I actually train with my dog every single solitary day. What you saw is just a tiny, tiny bit of what he knows how to do. Okay, he knows how to track people, find people. He can find drugs. He can find evidence. He can do all sorts of really fun stuff, and I've spent thousands and thousands of hours training with him. I got him when he was 3 years old, and he's now 8.5 years old. So he was almost 4 when I got him. So from about 4 to 8 is the time frame that I've had him. Because I don't have time to go answer everybody's questions, I'll kind of answer some of the ones I always get. Do our dogs live at home with us? The answer is yes. He lives at home with me. He's with me 24 hours a day. I'm with my dog more than I'm with my family. Me and him go everywhere together. He rides right in the back seat of my police car, and we do everything together. The other question I get is, does he have a safety vest? He does. So just like a police officer that has a bulletproof vest, both of our dogs have vests as well. When we get into a situation that we think they might need them, we put them on. The other question is that you saw there at the end where Officer Smith pretended like he was coming to get me. What did my dog do? So he's a pretty good backup tool, right? Okay, the other thing I want to stress to you guys is my dog is actually a very, very nice and social dog. Just like we tricked their brain into finding drugs because they think they're finding toys, we kind of tricked him into, when he bites Officer Smith, is he doing it because he's a mean, aggressive, angry dog? No. Did you see his tail? It was up and wagging that whole time. We've just taught him that it's a fun game. Okay? So, a couple rules. When you guys see us out there on the street, you'll see it. Me and Officer Smith, we drive the same kind of police car. It says K9 unit right on the side of our car. If you see us, feel free to come out and say hi to us. If you see that our dogs are out, maybe wait till we put our dogs away because they might be working. But come say hi to us. Come see how the dogs are doing. And I guess, has anybody seen my dog before? I forgot to even tell you his name. If somebody knows his name, yell it out. You guys are pretty good. Lord. His name is Lord. Has anybody seen Officer Smith's dog before? I see one class in the back, but I think you guys cheated before this assembly. What's his name? Bach. So Bach, unfortunately we couldn't bring him up today because Bach had to stay home sick. He wasn't feeling good. So, okay. Thank you guys for letting us come, and come say hi to us out there on the street when you see us, okay?